Hi, good morning. Let me see let me do a check. Do a teeny check. See? Yes. Oh, potatoes. Our chefs and potatoes. That's fun. All right. That looks good. Okay. Oh, good. All right. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, hi. Good morning. Good morning. I'll just take a minute here and I'll have some coffee. My huge coffee. And I'm more now, like I think I talked about this, but I forget things, whatever it is, what it is. I was doing a breakfast blend. I was doing half that, half hazelnut coffee. Fine, right? And then I add my 2% milk and then my pumpkin creamer by International Coffee, which is my fave. Not being sponsored, because it's just not. And now I've just decided to switch completely over to breakfast blend coffee only, not mixing it with the hazelnut coffee because I don't feel as if I need it. I feel just the breakfast blend alone is fine. I do. So there's my coffee lowdown for you. All right, let's go. Good morning, everybody. My name is Kiki. Thank you so much for hanging out. Today is Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. It's almost October. Where is this month going? Where has it gone? We're into the last half of September. It's just kind of crazy. If you guys are not following me on Instagram and Twitter, that would be awesome if you went over and followed me there. You can find me at Kiki Classic Rock on both platforms. I do put out content Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekend, most of the time not, because I just need a little teeny break. Even though I'm doing stuff behind the scenes on the weekend, I am normally not on those platforms on Saturdays and Sundays. However, I am there all during the week. So go ahead and give me a follow there. That would be so cool. Let's go ahead and get into our classic rock news for the day. Metallica is riding a huge musical wave right now. They just released a 30th anniversary reissue of their 1991 Black Album. The reissue has put them back into Billboard's top 10 and their top 200, which is quite impressive, but it was number one and debuted at number one in 10 countries when the album was released in 1991. So it came out of the gate blazing because they're Metallica. Now, this is the band's best-selling album, and the last concert they played for the tour on behalf of this album was on September 28th of 1991 at Tushino Airfield in Moscow. And the significance of that, it was the first free outdoor Western rock concert ever in Soviet history, and about 500,000 people were there. It's amazing when a band can say that they made history. That must be an amazing feeling. Now, I wonder, though, if they had enough hot dogs and porta potties for those half people, because that's a lot of people. And you got to give them something to eat or else they go crazy, especially a rock concert. Metallica played a surprise love show this past Monday night in Chicago at the Metro. Tickets were only $19.83. Why were they that weird amount, you may ask? Well, this was to commemorate the last time they played at this theater, which was obviously in 1983, because they charged $19.83 per ticket. Can you flip and imagine that? A ticket nowadays, $19.83. It's not that much. It's a lot more than that. I'm just saying. Now, the show was announced only hours before they were scheduled to perform. Only one ticket was sold per person, and the 1,000-seat theater, of course, sold out in a matter of minutes. And you can go ahead and get your copy of the Black Album at Metallica.com. Metallica.com. Makes sense. The Rolling Stones, I found this quite interesting. They played their first show without Charlie Watts on Monday night. I'm not happy about that. I'm not smiling that they played their first show, without Charlie Watts on Monday night. I'm just kind of surprised of where it was at and how close it was at to me. They played to a very small audience at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, which is maybe like a 45-minute ride from here. And the audience was so small, there were only 300 people, and it was by invitation only. I was not invited, I'm just saying, but I will tell you a little secret. Al, and for those of you who don't know who Al is, I keep talking about Al, this guy named Al. Well, he is my husband of 30 plus years, and he loves to hoard mail. I don't know why. He goes to the mailbox every day, he takes it, and he hides it. There's nothing there. It's not like there's anything to hide. But for some weird reason, he likes to take the mail and keep it to himself. So I bet you my invitation was there. He just didn't give it to me. He was jealous. I think that's exactly what happened. Al, do you have my invite to that concert? Give it back. Not that I can do anything with it now because it's over. Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, he held this amazing teeny tiny event. Now, Robert Kraft, if you don't know, is one of the richest football owners, valuing his net worth at about $6.9 billion. Now, what can you do with $6.9 billion, you might say? Whatever the heck you want. That's what you can do with $6.9 billion. But it's never enough, is it? I won't go there. Thank you. The event was a practice session for the Stones' upcoming No Filter tour. Mick told the intimate crowd that this will be the first tour in 59 years that Charlie will not be with them. Ronnie Wood said to the crowd, "Charlie, we're praying for you, man, and playing for you." Had to be a pretty emotional first show for them. Attendees of this teeny tiny event included Governor Charlie Baker, Nuber Afayan. And you're like, who is Nuber Afayan? Well, Nuber Afayan is the co-founder of Moderna, and he was there. And also there was Peter Wolf of the Jay Giles Band. The few clips I saw, Mick was sounding really, really good, and he was moving around that stage like he was just looking fly. Mick Jagger, 76. Is he 76, 77, 78? Who's counting at this point? But Mick is... He's pretty good. Now, the Stones have been also rehearsing, which I did not know, all over Boston this summer. They were just all over the footprint of this area. I didn't know. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know about it. And they kick off their No Filter tour this Sunday in St. Louis. Steve Jordan is in for Charlie and has been performing with the Stones since 1980. So he's got some experience going on. Looking over at the chat. Mary, good morning. How are you today? Welcome to Thirsty Thursday morning. And we'll talk about Thirsty Thursday night in just a few minutes. And Al, you do hoard the mail. You do. And I bet if you look through that pile that you're hanging on to, you'll find my invite to the Stones concert. Thank you very much. Doc McGee, manager of KISS, recently talked to Mark Striegel of Talking Metal, and McGee talked all about the upcoming KISS biopic. It will only focus on the first 4 years of the band's history, and this is before they were famous, which I think that is great because the guys are still around to tell their story of how they did what they did and how they came to be KISS. So I'm loving that, and I cannot wait to see it. It sounds like it's got a ways to go, though, because casting has not started, but the story is completely done, and the biopic will go to theaters first and then straight to Netflix. But I have a feeling a lot of people are going to want to see this biopic in the theater. I mean, I literally would go to the theater to see the KISS biopic. You know, if I had to be stranded in the house, it was snowing outside, or maybe torrential downpours or something like that, then I would watch the first showing on Netflix. However, if the weather conditions permit, I would go see this in the theater first and foremost. Absolutely, I would. Kiss has postponed several shows, but they did just play in Spokane, Washington on Monday night. Their tour is called The End of the Road, but there's a bunch of chatter that people are just thinking this may not be the end for Kiss. Now, they've said goodbye before. We do know that. But why would they feel the need to continue gigging? I mean, with those shoes that Gene and Paul wear alone, they weigh what, 100 pounds each shoe? Why would you want to keep doing that to yourself? But they love it. And again, I say this, I feel like a broken record, and Al actually tells me that I am, but the artists that are still out there doing this for as long as they've done it, this is what they know, this is what they love, and this is what they're going to continue to do until they cannot do it any longer. So do you think this is the end of the road for Kiss? I don't know. I kind of think it is. Especially after the last couple of years, why would you want to go through this again? Putting on a show, canceling a show, we're doing it, we're not doing it, we're sick, we're not sick. Exhausting just to even think about it. Really? So yeah. All right, Mary, we'll talk about that in just actually a moment. And we're there right now, Mary, talking about the Steve Perry auction, because today is the big day that the Steve Perry auction ends. Now, I read it so wrong yesterday. I said today was the day that the public could bid, but I was confused about that whole thing because I'm going, there are already bids. So how can it be today is the day that the public can bid if they're already bidding and the bids are way up there? Not really. I think they're going to go a lot higher today, but today is the day for the live portion of the auction. It was confusing. Al, don't get mad. I hit the microphone. It's okay. It's going to be all right. As long as you can hear me, everything's good. So yeah, today it's going live and we'll be able to watch that. Now, I wasn't sure. It was kind of unclear because I really did go over and I read everything again on different sites about the auction. And I don't know if it was just certain people that got to do pre-bids, if anybody could pre-bid. I guess anybody could, but I think today's going to be the day the big, humongo bids come in, right? I just do. Now, again, the live auction takes place today. It starts at 9 o'clock, and I'm guessing it's Pacific time since the auction is being held in Rancho Cordova, California. Sounds nice, Rancho Cordova. I bet that's a really nice place. It sounds pretty. I don't know where it is in California, but what time the auction ends, I have no idea. Now, Steve has been supporting the Giants Community Fund for 20 years, and Steve said that it is truly a pleasure to be able to help. Help me, Steve. Talk to me. I mean, just for a minute. No, I can't talk to you for just a minute. It would have to be longer than a minute because I couldn't talk to Steve Perry for just a minute. It's too much to say. It's too much to ask, right? So maybe he'll help me feel bad. Call me up. Hey, Kiki, let's chat. I'll say, all right. Yeah. Yes, Mary, allegedly, the auction will be live today. That's what Capital City Auctions has said on their site. So I would definitely check in there. I'm going to, for sure. The Junior Giants program will be the recipient of the auction proceeds. The car, as of this writing, I checked last night. I did not check this morning. The bid was up to $39,050. Last night, it was, before I did the show yesterday morning, the bid was at $31,050. So $8,000 higher in 24 hours. It should be way higher. That's what I'm thinking. I'm very confident that the SP bundle is going for way more money. Steve Perry's car. Hello. And remember, you do not only get the car, but you also get the red touring tuxedo jacket. Steve will not be inside the jacket, but imagine if he was. No one would want the car. They would just want the jacket with Steve in it. I mean, I'm just being honest. And also included is his not yet released holiday album, The Season, which will be autographed, and his car the silver 1979 Mercedes 450 SL, which I think should be the 450 SP for Steve Perry. That should be what it's called. It's not an L, it's a P. But it could be Steve Love. Could be the 450 SL Steve Love Mercedes. Could be that. Please also be aware that after you win the bundle, a $75 smogged fee will apply. Now, I had to look that up because we don't have that here in Rhode Island, but I guess in California there is a smog problem. I definitely was aware of that, but cars older than 6 years in California need to have a smog check, test and emission checks, and that is because they don't want the state of California to get more smoggy, because a smoggy state is not a good state to be in. No more smog for me, but we don't have that here. You don't have to pay a smog fee. So if Steve were to sell his car here, you wouldn't have that extra $75. But if you're paying tens of thousands of dollars for something, what's another $75? Who cares? They're just going to pay it, and they have to. Oh, Mary, you're going to be working. We'll see what we can do. I'm trying to figure out how to stream it, but I don't know if I can. But we'll see. We'll see. And yes, Mary, this is definitely coffee. You know, I said it yesterday. I don't know how people can drink in the morning alcoholic beverages. I don't. I have never. All right, I will say that on vacation, I have had maybe 11 a.m. drink or two, but not 7. Nope, I haven't done that. Day drinking, maybe on the weekend if I'm floating in the pool, but the pool's closed, so that's not going to happen. Yeah. Anyway, guys, have an amazing day. I have to give you my day. Now, I think it's Lovely Day by Bill Withers. I love that song. It's actually a huge trending song on TikTok right now. Great song. It's an uplifting song, and I've just been listening to it. It's one of the songs I've been listening to nonstop lately. Lovely Day by Bill Withers. And this morning, the song that was in my head, though, when I woke up was Radio Gaga by Queen. And I said, I have to turn on something else because the song would not leave my head. Great song. I love Radio Gaga. But it was inside there. Big time. You know when that happens? A song just gets inside of your head and it's not going anywhere. That was Radio Gaga. But now I have Bill Withers' Lovely Day there. You have a great day too, Mary. Enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, everyone, keep your chinny chin up and make today the best day ever. Tonight, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, I have the honor of speaking to Diane Steinberg Lewis, who played Lucy in the movie Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The movie, not the album, the movie in 1978. Remember that, though. Everybody who was anyone was in that movie, and she had the honor of working alongside the amazing Peter Frampton. Bee Gees were in it, Aerosmith was in it, Alice Cooper was in it, Steve Martin, all kinds of amazing people, and she had the honor to work with all of them. And her mom is also a radio pioneer, and she's married to the guitarist for the Steve Miller Band, Kenny Lee Lewis. So I'm looking forward to that tonight. Guys, you can listen to Kiki.fm, listen in, or you can come back here to my YouTube channel. Again, it all starts at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. Remember, everyone, to just be kind to all around you, because that is the right thing to do and it makes you feel good. Stay strong. Lots of love to our friends in Australia who have been listening nonstop. We love you guys so much. We're thinking of you. You're in our hearts and prayers, and stay strong, okay? And most importantly, everyone, at the end of the day, turn your music up and keep rocking. Have an amazing Thursday, guys. Talk to you soon.